Standout guard and leading scorer Evan Gilliard is not on the active roster tonight amidst a tumultuous campaign that sees the team sitting 0-10. But they do have some replacements coming in. Hometown product Matthew Compa is set to make his season debut. Adonis Arms is coming off the injured list. And Armani Chaney is heading west after being released by Winnipeg. They'll have a big test tonight with Sean East and the Honey Badgers looking to snap a 2-game slot. I'm Cami Kepke on the sidelines, joined by the voice of the Surge, Mitch Peacock and Jermaine Cummings. Guys, it's really like Calgary has hit reset now. The coaching changed last week, and now the starting five is completely different from what we saw on night one.
Absolutely, Cammy. This is a unique time in the season for this Calgary Surge team. Look, losing leads to change in pro sports. That's just the way it is. So you have to look at it as an opportunity for this team, and that's how they are viewing the situation right now. Dave DeViro, interim head coach, has had a couple of days since the loss to Winnipeg on Sunday. Spent some time with the team looking at video, talking about philosophy, and yesterday, believe it or not, his first full practice with the team. So I think what the focus is for the team right now is, hey, there's an opportunity here.
Yeah, plenty of opportunity. Coaching change within the last 2 weeks. You get rid of your leading scorer less than 24 hours ago. That is a huge open gap right now for guys to step up into the lineup and make some contributions. And it just so happens, as Cammy just said, you're getting Matthew Comba back in the lineup, you're getting Marlon Johnson Jr. back in the lineup, and you're finally getting Adonis Arms ready to go and once again contribute to this team where we know he holds so much weight at that point guard position.
You're talking about personnel change. That leads us into the matchup stats because the stats don't look very good, and they're hoping this personnel will change that.
Yeah, most certainly. One thing you're definitely going to want to look at for the Calgary Surge is that 24% three-point percentage. Yikes, ugly number, but like Mitch just mentioned, they are trying to cure that. How do you cure that? You're bringing in an elite three-point shooter in Matthew Comba. You're bringing a guy in Marlon Johnson who gives you inside presence and three-point shooting. And, of course, you got Adonis Arms, who's really started to develop a shot as well. So we're going to see if these three additions to this lineup can get that three-point percentage up and around that 30-35 range is where the Surge want to be successful.
Unique situation, a challenging time for the team. They're trying to find the positives. Dave DeViro tasked with the leadership role in this situation. He's a guy who's been around a long time. That has to give them some peace of mind.
Oh, yeah. When you can rely on a guy like Dave DeViro who's winning, predates everybody. He's been winning all around the world of basketball, all around the nation forever. You can trust the fact that Dave DeViro is going to bring his all every day. And if you give him your all, it's surely going to show itself on the field.
Well, speaking of the interim head coach, let's go to him now, standing by with Cami Kepke.
Well, Coach, it's a completely different starting five from what you had on night one. How have you seen this group melding amidst the roster changes?
I'm sorry?
How have you seen this group just gelling since you've had the new faces coming in?
We got a chance to practice with everybody, so that was good. But, I mean, this is life in the CBL. The rosters always change with guys coming and going, so you got to get used to it.
Speaking of practice, you got to run your first practice as a head coach just this week. What habits and takeaways were you hoping to instill in them heading into this game?
Just getting familiar with everybody and familiar about how we want to play on offense and defense. So we spent a lot of time just going over concepts and things that we want to do that might be a little different than what Coach did before. So just mostly that, and just talking about how we want to play.
Brampton is one of the best three-point shooting teams in the league. Just how important is that defensive rotation going to be for the Surge tonight?
That was number one on our defensive board tonight, so it was very, very important to get on the perimeter.
Thanks for this, Dave.
Thank you.
Mitch and Jermaine have your keys to the game after this. You're watching CEBL Basketball on CBC Gem, CBC Sports YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
Welcome to a new CEBL season.
It's been amazing, Canada basketball, to put that platform and give guys an out.
The crowds were bigger, the players got better, the quality of the game got better.
You gotta love it, Canadian Boost.
Fasten your seatbelt tonight because we're going to have some high energy and some high flying stuff.
This is a trail, this is the real, it's all that I gotta say. I'm in my zone.
No shortage of emotion, no shortage of intensity as anticipated.
Sliding away. What a block from behind.
You don't just fuel your body, you fuel your drive. We're not here to preach hustle. We're here for the ones who show up. You know who you are. The moms who make mornings feel like magic. The runners lacing up before the scroll. The dreamers writing it down before it's real. And we're here for you. Real fruit, real fuel. Booster Juice. Fuel for what's next.
What keeps me going? Under the heat of the sun or in the heat of the moment. When climbing for even one more second seems like too much. Whether you're reaching for your goal or busy setting new ones, everyone hits their limit.
And we're back at WinSport Arena in Calgary. Mitch Peacock, Jermaine Cummings, Kathy Kepke with you, getting set for the Brampton Honey Badgers and the Calgary Surge. And a chance now to look at some of the keys to the contest, beginning with the visitors. The keys are presented by CDIC, and this is a Brampton team that comes in 7-3, but they've dropped their last two, trying to get it back on track, and really they've done it largely with defense.
That they have, and they have got to be low and slow tonight. Despite being second in the rankings, Brampton only averages 90 points a game. Good enough for fifth in the league. They thrive in the half court, so tonight it behooves the Honey Badgers to slow things down and get methodical in their approach. Second up, triple dip on the back of Cam Tyson's league-leading 5.2 made three-pointers per game. Brampton sits in second in three-point percentage right now. See if you can get some ball reversals in the half court around the perimeter and knock down from deep. And finally, backcourt holds, bench mob goes. With Sean East and Jameer Nelson out of the lineup is a huge opportunity right now for guys like Tyrese Hunter, guys like Josh Omojafo to really benefit and get some increased floor time. Let's see if that bench can get things going for them.
Look at the Calgary side of the story now. Their key is also presented by CDIC.
Yeah, first up for Calgary, rotation fixation. Way too many missed defensive rotations have led to easy corner threes for opposing teams this season. Communicate with your teammates and give your defense a chance by them being on time when rotating. Second up, free throw flex. Calgary is way too good of a free throw shooting team to be held to only 15 attempts like they were Sunday against Winnipeg. Be aggressive in your offensive scheme. Get rewarded with a trip to the line and knock them down when you get there. And finally, you see that line? See that lane? Fill it. Let me get that right. 4 fast break points, historically speaking, for one of the fastest offenses will not do. All they could muster in Sunday's loss to Winnipeg was 4 points. So tonight, fill those lanes, get up and down the floor, and run the Honey Badgers, out of the gym.
From the keys to the starting lineups, one change for the visitors, and that is Tyrese Hunter is out. Josh Omojafo steps in. Sean East is listed as on the roster, but we have not seen him in the building for this one. So this is the starting group. This is how they're going to try and bust that 2-game losing spell. As for the Calgary Surge, well, 2 changes to their starting group. You see listed Matthew Komba and also Marlon Johnson stepping in, 2 veterans, 2 guys who've been around, 2 guys who won championships trying to make a difference. Adonis Arms and Armani Cheney, as Cammie said off the top, joining the group. They will be on the bench to get us one rolling. All right, players to watch for this one. Brampton Honey Badgers coming in. Cameron Tyson has been an impact player.
Yeah, let's talk about the Honey Badgers franchise record holder for 3 points in a game, shall we? Cam Tyson got 9 of those, averaging 18 on the season, shooting 50% from the rear arc. You love to see it, and most of all, Mitch, 94% from the free throw line.
Matthew Komba, guy we're looking at on the other side, is the player to watch for the Calgary Surge, coming in after another good season in Spain, a local product, a longtime pro, and he is ready to go, wearing number 10 on those Star Wars uniforms tonight. Your tip-off, as ever, is presented by Spalding, the official game ball of the CEBL. The visitors from Brampton in the yellow. They're at 2-1 on the road so far this year, coming off a loss at home on Monday to the defending champion, the 2-time defending champion, River Lions, with a 184. Calgary coming in at 0-10, matching a record they did not want to be a part of when the season got underway. That is the longest stretch without victory to start a season in the CEBL. It's also the longest losing spell in a single season in CEBL history, tying the mark set by the Newfoundland Growlers 4 years ago. They hope that all gets in the rearview mirror after this one. Visitors in possession to get it started. Moncrief moving it along to Lenders Nolly, a newcomer who had 20 points in his last outing. And we get an early foul stopping the play.
Funny that
Officials for this one tonight, the crew chief is Wasim Husseini. The umpires are Cooper Toppings and Riley Carrison. An experienced crew, each of them. Lots of time in the CEBL, and they'll be keeping the peace in this contest. Second of the season between the two teams. This one's going to go the other way, and Calgary will take over.
easy call to make right there. You see Landers Nolly trying to clear up some space. Got the forearm up right in front of the official. We're going the other way.
There's Marlon Johnson, a familiar face to Surge fans, making his return to the team. Was here in 2024, appeared in 10 games, and he gets one up early. A battle for possession underneath, and the Surge will get a second chance. Damian Baugh driving, pushed out of his hands, baseline out of bounds. The Surge with 11 on the shot clock as they get things started again.
Yeah, when you insert a guy like Marlon Johnson, if you think back to when he was here before, he's giving you that 6'10" frame, but he's also giving you a stroke from range. Can really stretch out some defenses with his toolkit.
Playmaker now to the corner. Ball is open, looking for three, and got it.
Nothing better for a guy struggling to find his shot than knocking down his first look from range in the corner. There goes Damian Baugh starting things out right.
Josh Omojafo into the starting lineup, had it, handed it off. They'll get in the paint, kick it out. Tyson trying to go to work. And once again, Tyson from long range, back at it.
Yeah, come on now. I told you, 50% on the season from range from Cam Tyson. And he's not just a spot-up guy. He can get it off the dribble, just like you just saw.
5.2 made threes a game for Cameron Tyson. Team strike from long range early. Rugsy Miller-Moore striking from in tight.
And that's what happens when you've got three-point threats on the floor. Defense spread out a little bit. A lot more runway for Rugsy Miller-Moore to work with.
Into the paint here. No finish first time. Follow-up is good. And the Badgers knotted at 5. Calgary 0-4 at home. 0-6 playing on the road. Here's Kumba. Younger brother Ben on the bench for this one. Lofted from long range after the contact, picked up by Nolly. And he leads it back the other way. Moncrief cutting in and fouled as he got to the 10.
Now you see there, if you're Calgary, make sure to get back in defense and prevent those transition opportunities.
Moncrief stepping to the line, 6'8", 214 out of the University of Seattle. 24-year-old was a G League rookie this last campaign. Western Conference games brought to you by Cal Tire. It's an East-West matchup, but hosted by a Western team. And yes, Cal Tire jumping in to back the CEBL once again in 2026. And that drops from the line. Honey Badgers with the 1-point advantage. Rugsy Miller-Moore waiting for reinforcements. Now cuts to the inside, keeps it himself. Contact, no whistle. And Brampton in possession. Omojafo out of South Florida. It's turned over, and here comes Marlon Johnson. Matthew Kumba to the inside, kicks it out. Johnson from straight away. A little offline, and the trip is an empty one for Calgary. Moncrief bumped into there as he tried to get to the promised land. And he'll go to the foul line.
Yeah, and how about Matthew Moncrief early in this one? Guys being very, very decisive with the basketball, attacking the defense, putting it right into the chest of defenders. Time for Calgary to make some adjustments here and try your best to keep him out of that painted area.
Moncrief's had a tough time from the free throw line. His 9 and change boards per game lead the team, but this has not been a strength for him. On a Brampton team that's in the middle of the pack when it comes to free throw shooting. 75.5% as a team. Second one coming up short. Johnson quick to get it moving. Into the front court, Marlon having a look around. Javante Brown away from the basket to hand it off to Rugsy Miller-Moore. Damian Baugh into the lane. Looked to get it underneath for Javonte Brown, but it was intercepted in transition. Honey Badgers shoot the three and make it count.
Understand, in transition, if there's one man you have to find, it is indeed Cameron Tyson. Way too easy to look on the move right there for Calgary.
5-point Honey Badger lead all of a sudden. Pass to the inside, finds its way to Brown, and he scores.
Finally, a look for some of the best hands in the CEBL, Javonte Brown. A look up front, which is what you want from him.
Honey Badgers with a quick turnaround at home against Niagara on Monday. Traveled west for this one and then will continue west. A game in Vancouver on Saturday. Working hard, Nolly. Shot doesn't fall. Intense battle for possession. And which way is this one going to go? We get a stoppage. So the Surge will get things started from their own zone. Marlon Johnson into the hands of the newcomer, Armani Chaney. Played here in Winnipeg Sea Bears colors on Sunday afternoon. Had 7 assists for Winnipeg against Calgary back on Friday. And the Chicago product in uniform and wearing number 1 tonight. 5 seconds to shoot at Miller Moore for 3, in and out. And the Honey Badgers are first to it off the rim.
Yeah, a little sticky possession right there for the Surge. Want to get a little bit more movement right now, free up some looks.
One of the focuses in practice yesterday, headman the basketball quickly, get the offense into position as soon as possible, see if you can get some odd-numbered scenarios. They're looking for 2-on-1s. They'll take that 3.
Third time's a charm. And I talked about the shooting of Marlon Johnson Jr. Yeah, he's known as the dunk king and can attack a lane with the best of them, but open looks from range, Marlon Johnson has got you.
12-10 Badger advantage. Again, looking for 3. This time doesn't work, and Brown is quick to retrieve. Nuxie Miller Moore in a one-on-one situation, working against Omo Jaffo, a good defender. Chaney puts the brakes on, crosses over, looks for 3. That's off the mark. And Omo Jaffo in the starting lineup for this one, looking to continue to make an impact early.
Yeah, the transition game on point right now for the Honey Badgers. Headmanning the basketball right away. Calgary's going to have to pick him up and put him down a little faster here to get back in transition.
Johnson has Brown. Brown takes it, finds Comba who could shoot the 3, and that's good.
Oh, what a benefit to have somebody who can knock down an open 3 like Matthew Comba can do. Something else for Brampton to think about here when defending.
Timeout called in the building, a 1-point affair just past the midway mark in this opening quarter. We'll take a timeout in Calgary. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
Looking to level up your future? Algoma University's Brampton campus is where ambition meets opportunity. Study in-demand programs like business, computer science, and psychology right in downtown Brampton. We offer the most affordable tuition in Ontario and are ranked #1 in Canada for scholarships and bursaries. Small classes, big support, real success. Algoma University Brampton. Success within reach.
second meeting of the season between the Calgary Surge and Brampton Honey Badgers is underway. The Honey Badgers with a 1-point advantage early on. A well-played game so far. We talked about the Surge coming in, trying to improve their three-point shooting, maybe be a bit more like the Badgers in that regard. Both teams have been pretty sharp from long range.
That they have, but specifically the Calgary Surge, Mitch, already got 11 three-point shots up. Those are some full game totals for them, and doesn't hurt, excuse me, that they've gone 5 of 11, 45% right now. That's the difference that bringing guys in who are at least sufficient at knocking down and at shooting a three can do right now, and that's the effect it can have.
5 of 11 from the field, 3 of 7 from three-point range. On the other side of the equation, 2 of 3 for the Brampton Honey Badgers from beyond the arc. It's been an interesting start to the ball game, and looks like we're in for one that is going to go right down to that, featured element of CEBL play, target score time. Lots of time before then. Good pressure up top. They get the turnover off the trap. Johnson going to work, and he will step to the strike.
And again, it's Marlon Johnson Jr. showing his versatility. 6'10", got long limbs. Great job with the double team, getting that ball loose and getting fouled on the other end.
Well, the CEBL never stops. Lots to keep up on from news around the league. You can follow the CEBL at CEB League on all social platforms to stay up to date on stats, storylines, and more for all 10 teams in Canada's Pro Basketball League. Marlon Johnson, a guy who's been around a while. Just this past season, Saudi Arabia, Mongolia, and Venezuela.
Oh, traveling the world.
Won a championship with Saskatchewan, won a championship with Edmonton as well, and of course had that stint here in Calgary a couple of years back.
Come on, man. Marlon Johnson taking his talents worldwide, and you already know that the Surge fans are elated to see him back in the black and red.
Fans are, I think the teammates are too. He's a well-liked guy and just brings that veteran presence, working hard here on the defensive end. Cheney trying to help out, and Cheney whistled for the foul. And a whirlwind stretch for Armani Cheney. Back to Winnipeg after the game here on Sunday with the Sea Bears. Released on a plane and back here to join the Surge. This is a guy who was MVP of the BSL in the 23-24 season with Newfoundland, averaged more than 30 points a game. He has just forced people to take notice, and he gets another chance here.
Yeah, and you've watched him get to it all season with some great minutes off the bench for Winnipeg. Like you said, just played here the other day for Winnipeg. And if I'm Armani Cheney, I'm like, look, why'd I have to go all the way back to Winnipeg if I got to stay here at WinSport anyways? But took the long way around, came all around back, and from what I'm seeing so far, seems to be blending very well with this Calgary offense.
In possession now, plays it to Johnson. Johnson, along with Cheney, Brown, Matthew Komba, and Adonis Arms back from injury. Arms from the corner, put it up. That's a tough shot under pressure. And the Honey Badgers take control, trying to add to their 1-point advantage. Nolly thought about it. Arms staying with him. Nolly puts it up. And there to get the rebound. Johnson back the other way. Javante Brown called for it, and with 2 hands puts it away.
Got the leak out right there, man. Going full court is Marlon Johnson Jr. To the leading Javante Brown, who gives you an easy 2 in transition.
Outstanding awareness on both ends of that play. Now they go up top at the other end, trying to score it. Johnson, who's been prominent early, is prominent again, and he runs the floor, and that's how you do it.
Get you a rebound, get a head man up, and run the floor. And do what if you're Marlon Johnson? Fill that center lane. Righty punch in your Brampton grill.
It's a Calgary 3-point advantage with under 3 minutes to go in the quarter. That's a good acceleration and finish. Cheney changes gears, put it up. Contact, nothing coming his way. He'll try to catch up now. In the meantime, 5-on-4 Badgers. Hunter to the tin, and he is bumped into, and the whistle goes.
And it's tough. Tough right now if you're Calgary. Got to get back here in transition, hurting them in this first quarter.
So some changes on both sides, personnel-wise. We get ready for the foul shots. Cal Tire, proud partner, tire expert of the CEBL. Shop top tire brands, have peace of mind with Cal Tire's price match guarantee. Shop and book at ParelTire.com. Hunter bumped from the starting lineup for this one. In off the bench. Gets the first one to go.
Yeah, and Tyrese Hunter is a guy who's going to benefit a lot from having both Sean East and Jameer Nelson not necessarily here tonight. His minutes are going to be up, so he's going to have to produce right now. A little trial by fire here for Hunter, and you like that if you're Brampton.
Trying to make the most of the minutes. Makes the most of his trip to the free throw line. 1 point game, the visitors with the lead. It's a team that's played 7 of its first 10 at home. Adonis Arms inside, Javonte Brown.
Nobody on the floor right now can hang with Javonte Brown if you can get him the ball in the restricted area. Adonis Arms giving you a clinic of how to get it over the top.
Cheney aggressive defensively. Arms with a chance to finish it off, and he does.
Calgary Surge at their best. That's flying. Quick D turns into easy O, and Adonis Arms on 2 straight possessions showing you his versatility.
4 players into the lineup for this one, and they're making their presence felt. Omo Jaffo defended by Brown. Brown gets his hands to it, has a scrap on his hands, and that's going to be an offensive foul.
It's simple right here when you've got a guy like Javonte Brown underneath, and you're going to see getting the ball up to Adonis Arms, who is flying up the floor, filling the lanes. That's something that the Calgary Surge have been missing so far in this season. Multiple guys who can run the floor, and it seems like they've got that here tonight.
It's one of the elements that was centered on in practice yesterday. Dave DeViro and his staff get the ball forward, get the ball moving, make them defend. Addy Patterson having a nice rookie season. Cheney, here's Arms from the slot, didn't fall. Aggressive for the rebound, Prince Odro. Odro 8 blocks away from the CEBL record for blocks. Calgary crowd into this one early. Handed off for Hunter. Hunter in the paint, looks for Odro. Odro surrounded. The youngster, Swanton Roger, trying to do his part. And the extra effort slows the Brampton attack.
Yeah, that's a good job right there, bodying up if you're Swanton Roger. You already know you're going to get guys like Moncrief and Odro getting it to you, coming for you, attacking you on offense. So stay strong and use that foul. Don't even let the shot above the ring for a chance at a 3-point play.
Taj Green stepping up. He made his debut for the club on Monday against Scarborough. Or excuse me, against Niagara. A 101-84 victory for the River Lions. Settling in are Kimball McKenzie. One of the game tonight's a big one as far as the Surge are concerned, with Edmonton at 3-5 taking on Montreal at 4-6. Tomorrow night, clash of the Titans in the West. Vancouver 7-3 at Winnipeg 6-4. There's Cheney. Looked good, didn't fall for him. Hunter moves it along for Green. Back to Hunter driving, trying to slash his way through, finds an open man. Good defending again from Swanton Roger, but the whistle goes.
That's a tough one right there. That's a whole lot of ball from Callum Swanton Roger. Tough whistle right there, especially for your second.
You got to appreciate a young player coming straight out of school, jumping into the CEBL and being willing to dig in and do the work like that.
Most certainly. And I just said on the possession before, they're going to look to attack a rookie like Swanton Roger. So stand in there and then challenge up at the rim. That's a great job by the young guy.
30 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Surge in the penalty. Honey Badgers 3 fouls. And that one bounces into the hands of Patterson. Cheney on the double. Arms driving inside. Swanton Roger was there. And I think he's wondering where the whistle went.
As he should be. Nonetheless here, good movement from the Calgary Surge, who haven't been the benefits here of the officials' whistle early on, but you can't let it attack or change the way you attack this game. Stay aggressive, keep diving, keep getting to the basket, and eventually good things will happen.
Armani Cheney playing in the Turkish 2nd Division before making his way to the CEBL. There's one from the perimeter for Adelaide. Patterson's got the rebound. It's a second chance. Stepping back is Arms. getting a touch there. The last touch, a Honey Badger touch. Again, the effort of Swanton Roger paying off for Calgary.
More action from the rookie, just busy, staying active around the hoop, and not easy right now. You got a guy like, as we get some subs, yeah, you got a guy on you, like Ambrose Hilton. But Swanton Roger doing a great job of holding his own.
Out of Edge School here in Calgary. Went to ODU, Old Dominion. Norfolk, Virginia, now playing pro in the hometown. Here's Arms. Patterson. Cheney with some help there from Swanton Roger. Finds a little space underneath. He goes. And that's a nice team combo effort.
That's exactly how you want to end the quarter right there. How about Adonis's arms activity? How about Cheney getting in and facilitating? Marlon Johnson Jr., new guys making a difference early on.
So the Surge get those new guys in, get some energy, and have a lead after the opening 10 minutes. This is CEBL basketball, and it's live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
Okay, guys, we're in position. Welcome back to Calgary. The Surge up 25-22 over the Honey Badgers. We're joined now by Surge General Manager Shane James. I know you were just signing up the uniforms on Star Wars night. What do you think of them?
Don't you love them? Red's my favorite color, and the guys look great. We had a great start, to the game. 4 new faces, and I think the guys are playing well together so far.
It is a completely new starting 5 from what you had on night 1 of the season. What's your view on where this roster is now?
I think we've added some more experience, guys that have played at a high level. Obviously, some guys came back a little bit late, but there's a lot of excitement in the locker room, which we're all looking forward to.
Some tidy work adding Armani Cheney this week. What do you see in his game that you think will serve the group?
Yeah, that's my guy, little guy with a big heart. Phenomenal shooter. He's been shooting over 40% per game from the three-point line. I think he also adds a different dynamic. He's more of a playmaker and a really tough defender, and I think that's something we needed to add into the team.
Thanks for this, Shane.
Thank
Mitch,
you,
Jermaine, back to you.
Thank you, Cammie. Thank you, Shane. Yes, the excitement evident in the group in preparation for the game, and evident in this one. We've seen some really good teamwork here so far in the game tonight. They had 9 assists on 10 made buckets in that opening quarter, and a nice transition play leading to a bucket here to start second quarter.
Yeah, you love the activity, specifically from a guy like Adonis Arms doing his things. And hear this, Mitch, 9 assists in that first quarter compared to Brampton's 1. The ball movement, mwah, chef's kiss here tonight for the Calgary Surge so far.
You get the early timeout here in the second quarter as well. The Surge really seemingly reacting very well in this situation to all of the personnel tweaks. We'll get back to the action here in just a moment. You're watching the CEBL on CBC Gem YouTube and CEBL Plus.
Need a goalie? I'll hop in here. Let's have some fun.
the ice or on our app. Always play for the fun of the game. Gamble responsibly with Play Alberta.
You don't just fuel your body, you fuel your drive. We're not here to preach hustle. We're here for the ones who show up. You know who you are. The moms who make mornings feel like magic. The runners lacing up before the scroll. The dreamers writing it down before it's real. And we're here for you. Real fruit, real fuel. Booster Juice. Fuel for what's next.
Back at WinSport Event Center in Calgary, Mitch Peacock, Jermaine Cummings, and Cami Kepke with you. It is the Surge 27 and the Honey Badgers 25. As we settled into the second quarter, the second meeting of season between the teams. Met a little bit earlier on this campaign. Surge falling in that one. They were down big time by halftime in that affair. Much different this time around. Swanton Roger try to win it back. A good battle for control. Arms stepping in. He wants it. Comes free for the Honey Badgers. And they've got numbers. From the corner, doesn't fall. Cheney back the other way. Patterson with some space. Here comes Hunter. And Hunter will prevent the easy bucket.
Good job getting back by Hunter. But again, Mitch, how about the Calgary Surge running the lane here tonight? Whether it's Arms, whether it's Patterson, of course, Cheney being the one behind it. This is how you get up in this league. Turn up that pace and finish on the other end.
So Patterson has done a nice job in his first year as a pro. Wins the chance to go to the free throw line and makes the first one. Matty Patterson out of Eastern Michigan in double figures 7 times in 10 games to begin life as a paid basketball player. Not bad.
Not at all. That's how you want to start as a rookie right there. Showing your worth, scoring the basketball, like you said, Mitch, but more importantly, the defensive doggedness you get from a guy like A.P. Patterson is priceless.
Nolly swarmed there. The Surge force him to the sideline. Force the Badgers a little deeper into the shot clock. Now a chance working to the rim there and big time defending. Back the other way, Patterson handing it off, and Arms runs into the rim. Just ran out of time.
Yeah, he did. Spine tingler, but nonetheless, get on back.
And at the other end, the Honey Badgers make the most of the miss.
Yeah, didn't get it to go, but nonetheless, you love that process right there. And the fact that Arms has been off for so long, and he's got this much activity, great spot to be in.
Patterson had a good look for 3. Honey Badgers will slow it down. You talked about this coming into the game, partner. The Honey Badger offense has been solid, but not dazzling, and so they want to make sure they're deliberate about what they do in the half court.
Yeah, and then you've seen him all game long here, walking the ball up, trying to get into that move for the half court. Plays right into the hands of Ruggsy.
Yeah, you walk it up and turn it over, you got a problem.
You sure do, and that's 0-0 taken off and landing with grace. Here come them Calgary Surge now.
Ruggsy Miller-Moore, the first Canadian in CEBL history to 1,500 points. Ambrose Hilton, the former Edmonton Stinger, with a stinger there.
Been working on the jumper as Ambrose Hilton. You see it right there. A guy who can obviously finish inside but step outside uncontested. He'll give you 3.
Dave DeVero won't like that. Just a little too much room and time. Tie ball game. Miller-Moore, Arms, the triple. Finds the iron. That's taken by Tyrese Hunter. Product of Memphis. Played in the G League with 3 different teams before making it to the GTA. On the move, Ambrose Hilton distributes, extra pass for 3, and in the hands of Miller-Moore. Miller-Moore, Cheney, Swanton, Roger, Arms, and Patterson. Calgary goes for the early offense, and the Honey Badgers will take it back. This is Nolly. Played in the top league in France. On his way to Canada, averaged almost 20 points a game.
That he does. This Brampton offense, such a throwback right now. Again, as you see them work into the half court and try to incorporate everyone with tough play in the front court.
It's allowed the Surge to set up by and large defensively, and they have dug in this one. Well, New Era is the exclusive game uniform partner of the CEBL, and all 10 teams from coast to coast. Pick up your official replica jerseys now at CEBL.ca. Baugh trying to stay with it, shoved off to the basket with one hand. A finger roll from Nolly adds 2 more.
Yeah, signature Nolly right there. Get the forearm up, and the official didn't see enough contact. So if you lose a defender like Baugh like that, might as well get to the hoop and give you too easy.
Miller Moore thought about the 3. Now leans, gets the contact, just about scored. Going to talk it over a little bit with Olu Adeladun, make sure they're on the same page for the next time around, and then Ruggsy makes his way to the foul line. Working on that free throw shooting, and boy, he's a different player than he was in past years when it comes to that, and it really adds something because now teams I don't think are as excited about fouling him and putting him in this position.
That's exactly right. And it opens things up if you're Sean Miller Moore as well. When teams aren't necessarily willing to put you on the line like before, they might play off you a little bit, give you a better angle to the basket, because they know that if they put you on the free throw line, unlike past years, at an 82% clip, you're more than likely to get that shot down.
So 1 point separating the teams as Miller Moore sets. These teams played in what was the second game of the season for Calgary back on the 17th of May. Calgary lost at 91-72. Different looking Calgary team tonight, not just because of the Star Wars uniforms. Personnel group, markedly different. Hunter. Guarded by Brown. Hunter one way then the other, makes a little room for himself. Shot doesn't fall. Brown will give it to Baugh, who finds Miller Moore. Johnson, who got off to a hot start, works his way into the lane. That won't fall for him as he takes a tumble. Omojafu gets his starter back the other way. Omojafu on the perimeter, tagged there, and the whistle goes up top.
Yeah, tough break right there as Ball was trying to put a little pressure on Omojafu, but just like that, come across with the arms, gonna stick it out and make sure the official sees that contact.
Hunter checks out, Nolly comes in. Nolly, Ambrose, Hilton, Omojafu, Jury Cheech getting a turn. And Tyson rounds out the 5 as they round out that possession with a score.
Anders Nolly's so good in the midcourt when it comes to decision making. Either going to take it up himself, clear a little space, or he'll look for an open dump off, and that time, Ambrose Hilton, the beneficiary.
Badgers by a pair. Miller Moore, Baugh, Johnson on the move. Johnson puts it up, tough shot. Adeladun hard at work, the follow-up, and he makes it count.
Hard at work indeed. We already know he can shoot the 3, but Adeladun can work his way to the front of the class and get you some second chance opportunities as well. Great putback.
Dave DeViro said that he really likes the foundation of the game for Olu Adeladun, wants him to add a bit more to it as time goes by. We're seeing more like that and seeing more at the defensive end as well.
Yeah, and you love to see it. We already talked on this broadcast tons of times about his work ethic. Olu's going to be the first to the gym, be the last one to leave. Now again, his three-point shooting has always been there, but as Dave DeViro has challenged him to expand his game, you're seeing it happen here. Offensive rebounds and a couple inside shots as well.
Another game tonight in the Alberta capital. Montreal Alliance there and leading 53-37 over Edmonton as they work their way through the third quarter. Montreal next on the menu for Calgary in Lethbridge on Saturday night. Here's Nolly, finds some space again, gets to the inside. You talked about his decision making, and it shines right there.
Big lefty take right there. In and out dribble, lose a defender, and get there. Anders Nolly again working from that mid-range.
Tyson with a nice job defensively to get possession back for the Badgers. Nolly going to work again, step back, leans in, and they'll continue to work it. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Nolly relentless, now he goes to the perimeter. That one finds the bottom, and that's a good possession. You get focused on Nolly, and then he finds somebody else.
Exactly, right there. He's trying to penetrate. Good body right there. Look out below.
Marlon Johnson, just the timing not quite right, but it will stay with the Surge.
Woo! Good recovery right there from Taj Green, and like you said, pass just not up where it should be. But again, you like the mindset that the Surge are in right now. Move that basketball, get it up towards the rim, pick up that pace.
5-point advantage for the Badgers. Working our way through the opening half. Johnson, Miller Moore, Cheney back into the game. Open look here for the three from Miller Moore, and he makes the most of it.
Talked about that shooting for Ruggsy Miller Moore. There it is on display, as once again he's going to stretch out that defense by giving you 3 from range.
Johnson meeting Nolly as he makes his way into the front court. Adeladoon switching to come to Nolly. Nolly with that left hand, as you talked about.
Man.
He'll draw that contact, and the whistle goes, and he is just a tough guard.
Yeah, and I was just about to call his play style a throwback, but it's not a throwback anymore. You're seeing the game of basketball go back to being mid-range dominant, and I, for one, love it. Guys like Landers, Nolly, who are able to operate with the basketball in and around that 10 to 15-foot range, and again, you've got that great decision-making as well. These are some skills you can't teach. Landers, Nolly just got it like that.
Just a pretty good player for Oklahoma City that dominates in that area too, isn't there?
Oh, I think there is. It's funny you use the word
the guy from Hamilton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's got a few names?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that guy.
Tell you what.
I tell you, and it's
Sweet
true.
music.
Most certainly.
Yeah.
Most certainly. I love it. I love how the mid-range game is back on display in the game. We were missing it for a while, but believe me when I say it is back.
And the Badgers with that advantage of 4, 42-38. Here's Chaney. Looks to the corner. Johnson back out for Chaney. Chaney driving in. He'll step back and now move it. Patterson could shoot the 3. That one with a chance didn't fall. Johnson with that fresh 14 worked it to Ruggsy. What patience there, just didn't fall. Homo Jaffe rounding the corner. Chaney reaching in, and he knows it.
Oh, got a foul right there as Armani Chaney caught a right to the grill piece, and we were going the other way.
That's an offensive foul. My mistake. I thought Chaney got himself in trouble ahead of the cookie jar, but instead he got slapped before he could get to the cookie jar.
And he did. And a 2-piece and a biscuit. Just like that, we're going the other way. I got to tell you, Mitch, the activity from the Calgary Surge here in this first half is next level. And granted, you're down right now on the scoreboard, but the process is there.
The process is different. The energy completely different.
Yes.
We talked about it being a fresh start tonight with 4 players into the lineup. Each of them has had an impact in different ways, and it just feels different. Feels one thing, wins are another. Everybody knows that. It's pro sports, but it's a move in the right direction.
Certainly.
Got a timeout here with 4 points separating the teams. 2:35 to go in the opening half. Lotto Max now gives you even more chances to win with new prizes of $100,000 every draw. Get your Lotto Max ticket tonight. Must be 18 plus. Well, I think it's more than a lottery ticket for the Calgary Surge. There's a lot of calculation that went on into making these changes to the lineup. Looks pretty good early on. On the other side, you got a Brampton team that's lost 2 in a row. They won't like that. They're a team that won 7 of their first 8 games. They got a statement I think they want to make to the rest of the league, that beginning to the campaign was not an accident. And Alex Serta working with his group here. What do you think is on their minds?
Well, I'll tell you what, Mitch. You're coming into a game against the Calgary Surge. You've got a roster in front of you that you think you know what it's going to be. You're here a couple days before, some new guys are going to be in. You're not too sure exactly what you're going to see. I think it's very evident here for Alex Serta and his staff that this version of the Calgary Surge is going to run, which is the opposite of what you do. So now you've got to make sure your guys are willing to step up to that physical pace and challenge.
Yeah, it's not the team they played the first time. They know that. It's not the video they looked at from Sunday. They now know that. And so they're figuring it out on the fly. They're earning their money tonight. It's not an easy situation for the coach and the coaching staff, which has a lot of Calgary flavor to it. We know that. We'll get to that a little bit later on. 8 lead changes. Game's been tied 8 times. Brampton's led for just over 7 minutes. Calgary's led for almost 6.5. Tells you what we're dealing with here. This is a very entertaining affair. Brampton with 15 points off its bench. Calgary with 10.
Ooh.
And how about that coming off the restart? Calgary's going to get their basketball.
Let me tell you something. This is the second tallest guy on the floor now. Again, Marlon Johnson, 6'10", being the one to put pressure on the ball handler up front, creating a turnover. Gotta love it.
That's just being checked in. That's having your focus every minute you're out there. Ruggsy Miller Moore now focused. Low block. Gets it on the move. Johnson goes high to get it. Chaney wants to make it happen on his way, though. He is fouled, and that's going to go against Tyrese Hunter. And that's 4 in the quarter on Brampton. Cheney inside. Brown has a room inside for Ruggs. He just couldn't tuck it away. And we got another violation. It's going to be Calgary basketball once again. Turnovers are piling up.
That they are. And again, Calgary unable to score, but the process is there. Perfect into the high post for Javonte Brown, who knows Ruggsy is going baseline. That's a play we saw a lot last season, and it's good to see it here once again showing itself.
Talk about process. Process often then leads to not only results, but identity. Dave DeViro wanting that identity to take shape, and we've seen things that are very promising here in the opening half. Johnson in there again to make them start with intention.
I gotta tell you, Marlon Johnson, look at him now, putting pressure on the ball inbounder, making sure his angles are on, and just like that, Brampton struggling now to get it over half court.
Very deliberate offense, half court oriented. I got 4 fouls on Tyrese Hunter already. I think that's what they're trying to confirm over at the timekeepers area. Meanwhile, play continuing. Possession for Nolly. Nolly to the inside. Good catch to keep it alive. Trying to spin and get something to happen. It comes to Nolly once more. He shoots. And we've got to travel before they ran out of time on the shot clock. So a good defensive possession, a little sloppiness offensively too.
Yeah, great closeout right there. And you see that was caused by Calgary putting pressure on the basketball. So when Brampton gets it in the front court, they had nothing but 8 seconds to work with right there. So that's what you got to do is the surge. The full court pressure right now is working out beautifully.
Cheney settling in quickly, it seems. Having a look around, trying to make his team better any way he can on the move. We'll try that tough shot. Brown wants to get there, does. Didn't go for him, but he will go to the free throw line.
Man, you're on Monty Cheney. You're going to get used to some great hands around that rim, man. Javonte Brown is always going to make sure that he is in the right place at the right time when it comes to second chance opportunities. And there was an example right there.
3 triple-doubles early in the season here for Javonte Brown. The league leader in blocks and field goal percentage coming in. You can tell he has a real belief in himself around the rim with that finishing. He missed that one despite the contact. It was still frustrating.
Yeah, and you love that. Like you said, leading the league in field goal percentage, and you see why. Busy hands around the rim, big body on the interior, and he's just going to make sure to make it happen.
Surge playing game 2 of a 3-game homestand. The loss against Winnipeg on Sunday. And following this one tonight, the game against Montreal in Lethbridge. That is a neutral site affair, but a Calgary home game. And have we got a timeout on the floor?
Yeah, it looks like the Brampton coaching staff here has some issues. Like you just said, you've gotten Hunter with 4 fouls. Yeah, it seems like the coaching staff doesn't believe that's correct right now. So officials going to talk it over. Just like that, both Brampton and Calgary get a little bit more time to talk out what they got going on.
Well, I noticed on a previous timeout not that long ago that Hunter had 3, and then they called another one. And I think the coaching staff is saying, wait a minute, we got a player a foul away from fouling out with 1.5 minutes to go in the opening half. Let's make sure that's right.
Oh, certainly. You already know Mike Gerling is on it, man, up here, making sure to get the direct word from the official.
Sorting through it. Off your picture is the former Surge assistant coach, now a member of the staff with the Brampton Honey Badgers. And we've got a conversation involving 2 officials as well. They are Wasim Husseini and Riley Carrison, dealing with Mike Gerling and colleague on the Brampton staff. A shrug of the shoulders from the Brampton reps as they go away from the conversation. And has now been verified by the in-house officials here at the scorers table. So it is indeed 4 fouls on Hunter, who didn't start the game. And now looks like he's not going to get a chance to be involved too much, kind of sentencing himself to the bench on 4 fouls this early on.
Does look like that, yeah. I mean, you get 5 of them to use, but you'd hope you could last a little bit longer. So if you're Calgary, you got to be cognizant when Hunter gets back in the game. Attack, attack, attack.
Moncrief controlling here. To Nolly, joined by Tyson Omojafo and Green. Nolly packs it under his arm, drives, There's a coming together, and the whistle goes, and he'll shoot foul shots.
It's really something to watch here.
Yeah,
again.
he's got that smile on his face because he knows he can pretty much do whatever he wants at the offensive end.
It's pace, it's stopping on a dime. Again, it's decision making, knowing when to go up, knowing when to pass. And there's Nolly, man, got the basketball IQ on display.
Nolly 8 points in the game, 3 assists, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. We talked about Tyrese Hunter and the 4 fouls. Should mention he's also their leading scorer in the game, coming off the bench with 10. 10 of their 15 points off the bench. Muggsy Miller-Moore leads the way on the Calgary side with 11. Muggsy's averaging 21.3 for the season. Team's leading scorer. Patterson, guarded by Nolly, gives to Cheney. Cheney with the screen from Brown to the corner from Miller-Moore. Cross for Patterson. Patterson to the lane. A great pass to Javonte Brown.
When defenses get set in that 2-3, the only real way to break it up is consistent ball movement right there. A clinic put on by the Calgary Surge offense on how to attack a 2-3.
Well-prepared team executing on what they've learned from the film and from the shoot-around this morning, walking through things. That's off a foot. 34.2 on the clock, 14 on the shot clock. Side out of bounds. Brampton putting it back into play in a 1-point ball game. Vastly different affair from the first meeting between the two teams. Played the second game of the season for Calgary. Nolly driving. Nolly, some help from Cheney there for Patterson. Nolly pushing his man away, gets the shot off. Calgary with a chance, but can't find the rebound, and now it's knocked out of play. It'll stay with the Honey Badgers. 22.2 on the clock until halftime, and 14 on the shot clock.
Nolly got to the spot, but you see the good body right there from Addie Patterson. Chest up, make sure the feet are square, hands at 12-6, no fouls to call, and that's how you keep guys away from that mid-range opportunity. Uh-oh.
Oh, Honey Badgers bump into each other, managed to hang on to it. 7-second difference. Shot clock, game clock. Nolly pushed away by Patterson. Into the backcourt he goes. That's an over and back built by defense.
You see that pressure right there by Addie Patterson. 2 possessions in a row. Took it personal against a guy like Landers Nolly. Got the over and back right there. An energized Calgary Surge team finally showing some life.
Now Dave DeViro takes the timeout. And they'll get set for this last stretch. Calgary gathering with an opportunity here to score as we hit the halftime.
And for Brampton, honestly, you're not necessarily playing great, but you're out in front. And Cameron Tyson only got 6 points to this point, only got 5 field goals up. So you do have to be kind of optimistic here if you're Brampton. You're not playing your best game, up by 1 right now. It's not trending great. You're seeing the pressure from the Calgary Surge, but if you can kind of maintain, make sure to slow things down, again, that works out in your benefit, so you can keep the lead going into halftime.
On the other hand, these guys probably feeling pretty good about things too, because they lost their last 2 games by a combined 39 points. And they're neck and neck right now with a good Honey Badgers team. This Calgary team has allowed over 98 points a game this season. The Honey Badgers are at 44, just about at the break. So both of these teams probably feeling pretty good about the vibes, but they know they've got to put the work in to come away with something at the end of this one.
Yeah, no one knows better than this Calgary Surge team that this is a 40-plus minute affair here. Great first halves have been aplenty for the Calgary Surge this season. It's a matter of putting it to the second half as well, keeping up that same energy and effort after the halftime break.
So Muggsy Miller-Moore will get us started again. With Armani Cheney close by, and he handles. At the controls, the seconds tick down. 5 till the break. Driving Cheney. He's going to take it himself. Contact as he put it up, but he scores.
Love to see it for Armani Cheney, who made sure to keep that attack up. And how about the play draw right there from Dave DeViro, baby? Clear it out and let Armani go to work and take that lead at the halftime break.
Wondered about a foul. There is no foul. We're at the halftime break. Surge 45, Badgers 44. As the teams make their way to the locker rooms, the Surge looking to rebound from the setback on Sunday, 107-88 here. That was a game in which the Surge were up 8 points early in the opening quarter, but when Winnipeg decided to get down to business, they were able to pull away and play to a different level. In this one, Calgary ready from the start, Brampton ready from the start. And here we are at the break in a good one. Let's find out more about the contest from the inside. Cammy catching up with Marlon Johnson.
Well, Marlon, making some big moves in your debut so far tonight. Just what's been working for you and what are you hoping to bring to the Surge this season?
Just bringing energy. That's what the team needed, and that's what I'm bringing.
What's the atmosphere like in the room when there have been so many changes happening this week?
We just got guys buying in. They had a rough start, but we're looking to turn it around and see what we can do here in this last stretch.
What gives you confidence in this group?
Just from knowing the coaching staff and knowing their mindset, that's all I need, honestly.
You guys are fighting for every inch out there. Just what's it going to take to close this one out?
We just got to win it. We just got to win it more than they do, and we just got to get that first win tonight.
Thanks for this, Marlon.
Thank you.
Mitch and Jermaine have more for you after the break. You're watching CEBL basketball on CBC Gem, CBC Sports YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
Up to 15 points, and 1 of 1 from behind the arc are the Alliance, and right there, Khalil Ahmad knocks the triple. Now second all-time in Canadian Elite Basketball League scoring.
That's pretty special. That's pretty special. It's a lot of points. And
tries to generate some space. Gilliard knows where he wants to get to. He's there now, driving the lane, puts it up top. And there's the finish from Swan Roger at the horn. And that gives the team and the crowd a huge boost as they hit the halftime in Calgary. Allen over Miller-Moore. Oh! Rebound put away. The putback by Tillman Jr. And this Seabears team won't be stopped tonight.
Jeremiah Tillman, who all night long has been a terror on the interior. Look at him here. He swim to the front, put it down on 3 Calgary defenders.
River Lions with a 5-point lead. 5 seconds to go. Carey. Over to Hollis to beat the buzzer. Oh, you bet! Curtis Hollis connects. And the River Lions get a big-time bucket to close out the half.
that 3 ball. Both teams don't shoot the ball well, but 2 straight threes for the River Lions. Great action, shooting it with confidence. We talked about
a little full court pressure here.
I like
Ooh,
this.
nearly caused the turnover, and it does. Warren skies the reverse layup. Oh, the English on the basketball.
I like this. Talked about being disruptive, and that's exactly what that does.
You know, Powell wants a 3 for the win.
Oh, he's hunting it.
Powell for the win.
Yep.
Oh, it's a perfect finish for Miles Powell. A difficult shot.
Unselfish. He was hunting that 3. We knew that was coming. He was going to get the shot.
He said the 0-7 record that the Surge currently have terrifies him. He knows that this squad is not 0-7 right now and nothing to lose. Look out now.
Look out, Ruggsy. Miller-Moore puts it down. That's how you get back into the swing of things.
Reverse City. Ruggsy Miller-Moore out of the timeout once again. Wake up the squad.
Nuga stopped up by Tynes. Good job defensively. Look to Hornsby. Little back feed to Isaac Jack. Get the foul call. Miller and Ben.
2 points away from the target score. McGowan's inside. Spins up. No. Krause chasing down the rebound. And it's saved by Tillman Jr. Osborne for the win. Yes!
How fitting is that with Isaiah Osborne knocking down the winner? Hustle play there. And a performance.
What a debut for Isaiah Osborne. It took him a while to get here. Fans were wondering what he has.
Harmon on the drive. Right at Parolin. Throws it up. 3 seconds to work with. Knight III's going to have to throw it. Pulls up John Knight III, the leader. He gets it. John Knight III. How do you do? Wow. Solid lead. Can they hold on to it, folks? Hold on to your seats. John Knight III sends us into the 4th with a highlight reel pull-up.
What keeps me going? Under the heat of the sun or in the heat of the moment. When climbing for even one more second seems like too much. Whether you're reaching for your goal or busy setting new ones. Everyone hits their limit, but that limit has a reset. Scientifically formulated to hydrate faster in the moments that matter. Electrolyte, instant hydration.
The CDIC was established by the Government of Canada to protect deposits in case of bank failure. Coverage is free and automatic when you bank with a member institution.
Whoa. Thank you. That's my job. So you were saying...
Protecting your deposits, that's what we do.
Lotto Max now has more?
Oh yeah, like up to 90 new prizes of $100,000 on every draw.
Yeah, right. And aliens exist.
What? Lotto Max has more prizes? Yep, that's more chances to win.
Sure, and horses can fly.
No way.
Cool.
Now we're back at WinSport Event Center in Calgary. Mitch Peacock, Jermaine Cummings, Cammy Kepke with you. It is 45-44 Calgary with the lead at halftime. An entertaining, hard-fought ball game at this point. We're going to dip into some highlights from the opening half. We begin with a look at Calgary. And, well, let's begin with the fact that they've got 4 players into their lineup tonight that weren't in their lineup on Sunday, and they look like a team with a different energy.
That they do. Mitch, you hit it right on the head, just like Marlon Johnson said at the halftime interview. Energy is the word right now, and that's what you've seen through the first 20 minutes of this game, whether it's Adonis Arms setting up offense, guys like Armani Chaney working at the top, and of course, Ruggsy Miller-Moore running the floor. And how about Marlon Johnson Jr. in that first half? Everyone who took the floor in that first half, you're getting unbelievable minutes from, next level energy, and that's something that's got to continue.
One of the things you talked about stood out to you from the opening quarter was the team play. 14 assists on 17 field goals in the first half for Calgary.
You love the ball movement right there, and again, when you bring new guys into the lineup, you're never too sure how chemistry is going to work right away, but I tell you what, Mitch, after watching this version of the Calgary Surge, I think the continuity between them is next level.
Okay, let's go into the other side of the equation on this one. At Brampton, well, they're behind in this ball game, have been very competitive, and you can see how this team found a way to put together this nice record to start the season. Remember, this is a Brampton team playing without Sean East.
Yeah, and that's one thing you got to be happy about if you're Brampton. Granted, you're down 1, but without Sean East, and of course without Jameer Nelson, and frankly, a game from Cameron Tyson we have yet to see this year. A guy's only got 6 points on 5 shots from the field. You're still in this one right now, and again, if you can get the ball into the hands of guys like Landers Nolly, who can continue to give you good decision making in this second half, get back in transition a little bit defensively and keep this thing tight.
Landers Nolly, 10 points in the first half of the ball game. He's got 3 assists. He looks like he can kind of call his shot in this opening half of the offensive end. And so no East, but yes, Landers Nolly there to help stir the drink. And this looks like a Brampton team that has every opportunity to come away with a victory in the contest. Let's get to the numbers from the first 20 minutes and see what they tell as far as this story is concerned. And the three-point shooting there for the Brampton Honey Badgers, that's been part of their success all season long, and part of the reason they've been able to put themselves in position to come away with something.
Yeah, most certainly. You expect that from Brampton to be 50% or so around from 3. But this 23% from Calgary, Mitch, I tell you, it's deceiving. They're 4 for 17, but the biggest part of that three-point percentage is the 17 attempts. The fact that they're confident enough to take that many attempts, and you've seen them, Mitch, they've been close. They've been good looks from 3. So again, keep shooting those threes. The numbers aren't there necessarily, but you see what it does for your offense. It spreads everyone out and gives you a chance to get inside.
And it feels like timing's worth something too. They hit a couple of threes early on and made Brampton feel like they had to honor it.
Exactly. You break up that defense. Now they're going to come to you in the perimeter. Wide open lane for guys like Javonte Brown and Sean Miller-Moore.
So a one-point ball game halfway through in Calgary. Don't go anywhere. This one promises to be very entertaining when the second half gets underway in just a little bit. On the other side, we'll hear from Cammy Kepke as she catches up with Brampton head coach Alex Serda. More on the way in just a minute. You're watching CEBL basketball on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
CDIC was established by the Government of Canada to protect deposits in case of bank failure. Coverage is free and automatic when you bank with a member institution.
Whoa, thanks.
That's my job.
Protecting your deposits, that's what we do.
You know that trip I kept thinking about? I finally took it. It turned into open highways, lakeside stops, sunsets that seemed to last a little longer, less scrolling, more seeing. And at the end of each day, Sandman made it simple. Comfortable stays in the right places, so I could do more. Booking that stay? Best decision I made. Your summer, made in Canada. Book direct for the best rates.
Most of our clients who come through our door who are suffering from mental illness, they're feeling a sense of despair and a longing for help. Often, insurance companies are denying disability claims on the basis that there's insufficient medical evidence. We've represented hundreds of clients who suffer from anxiety or depression. We fight for our clients' right to receive the compensation they deserve. If you've been denied long-term disability, don't give up. We can help.
Your long-term disability firm, Contact Law.
At Cal Tire, we're here to drive the best value around with free rotations, price match, 0% financing, and free flat repairs. We take care of it all for the life of your tires. Chat with our team at caltire.com.
Welcome back to WinSport. We're joined by Brampton head coach Alex Serta. A 1-point deficit and a lot of game to go. What was your assessment of your team's game through the first half?
Yeah, we got to get back with some urgency on defense. That's where it starts. Set up our half-court defense, contain, contest, defensive rebound, and then just too many careless turnovers. If we shore that up, I think we'll be fine in the second half.
We can see how dangerous and fast Calgary can be, especially on those fast break points. How do you limit that going forward?
Yeah, get back, rim ball wall, make them score through bodies and defend without fouling, and then we can go the other way and run our offense.
He's got 10 points and 3 assists right now. Just what have you made of Landers Nolly so far through this game?
Yeah, he's a good player. He's being aggressive. He's breaking the paint. He's creating for himself and others. So hopefully we get to do that again in the second half.
Thanks for this, Alex.
Appreciate it.
Mitch, Jermaine, back to you.
Cami, thank you. Coach Alex Serta as well. His first year at the helm for the Honey Badgers, doing a job. They're 7-3. And he tells it like it is, and very interesting comments from the coach. One of them is, yeah, that Nolly guy's a good player.
Yeah, he's all right.
There's no disputing that.
No doubt. Come on, 17 minutes here today. Guys shooting 42%. 0 for 2 from 3 right now, but Landers Nolly, again, being a guy you can count on right now, got to be great for Alex Serta in regards to going forward.
Let's check in on those players to watch we discussed in the pregame show. Cameron Tyson, firstly, 18.4 points a game. A little quiet in that first half, and that's a good thing from a Sturge standpoint.
Yeah, that it is right there. You're doing a great job of making sure he doesn't get looks. We saw he came out of the gate strong. A couple quick threes, got to a spot and was able to knock it down, but guys like Patterson, and of course Adonis Arms doing a great job defensively here so far on Cameron Tyson.
Matthew Comba on the other side played just 7.5 minutes in this his first game, coming off a busy season playing in Spain. Had 1 attempt from the field, scored it on a 3-point attempt, and I think Matthew is going to be heard from before too long here.
I think so, exactly. Like you said, only 7 minutes, so kind of working his way back into the flow of things right now. But why break up a good thing if you're Dave DeViro? The chemistry is working right now between your starting 5. Of course, when you're bringing in a guy like Arms as opposed to Comba, but nonetheless, it's there chemistry-wise, and we already know Matthew Comba gets in where he fits in, and he is most certainly going to fit in before this night is done. I can guarantee you that.
Comba, along with Armani Cheney, Marlon Johnson, Adonis Arms, joining this team for this game. 4 players coming in. We just talked about the play of Matthew Comba, but the other 3 have been difference makers. And one thing that stands out to us is the ball movement. Armani Cheney, 4 assists, 3 assists for Marlon Johnson, 3 assists for Adonis Arms.
I'm so impressed with Adonis Arms because Adonis, like we said, he's been here since the beginning. He's been able to watch what's happened here to get to this 0-10 point. So it would be so easy for him to come in and say, I'm taking 100 shots. I'm back in the lineup. I'm getting to it. No, no, no. He's tied with his new teammates with 3 assists in the first half. You see the ball movement. You see the defense. You see the decision-making from Adonis Arms. Unbelievable poise from this young man.
There's Matthew Kamba. He's got the warm-up top on over his jersey, the Star Wars jersey tonight, a special night here at WinSport Arena. I see the face you're making. You're a jersey collector. What do you think of those?
I tell you what, I might need me one of these Darth Maul looks, man. It's got the eyes right there giving you that scary look right in the chest. Got the nice little highlighter orange to it. Come on, it's a beautiful piece.
I should have known better than to ask you a question about a specialty jersey.
Oh, come on now.
All right.
Shane, give me one of those. XL.
Focus in, focus in. We got the second half here. Surge 45, Badgers 44. It's a good ball game for a Surge team that needs a good ball game that ends up in a win. They are 0-10. They know the winning's got to start, and now this is a team that has still very high hopes for making it to the playoffs. They got their first practice under interim head coach Dave DeViro yesterday. They got some personnel in. It feels like a fresh start, but they want that fresh start to impact the win column. They've got a big game against Montreal coming up Saturday night in Lethbridge, and then they've got a break of about 10 days before the second half of the season gets underway. They want to bring something really positive into that break to set up the second half of the campaign.
It's a great point by you right now, Mitch. We still got a whole half of ball game left. If you're the Surge, can you continue this pace? Can you continue this energy? You're going to have to right now because you know Brampton is going to bring it here in the second half.
Eastern Conference opponent tonight, but 11 of the last 14 for Calgary against the West. Second half underway at WinSport Event Center. Landers Nolly, that impactful first half. Moving it along to the inside, looking for something underneath from Keon Ambrose Hilton. And the former Edmonton player can't score. Miller Moore, Johnson in the corner. Brown, Arms, and Baugh rounding out the numbers for Calgary to begin the second half. Arms driving, Arms putting it up, the floater in and out. That's a tough one. So here comes Cameron Tyson. Ambrose Hilton couldn't score. That's a nice follow-up from Matthew Moncrief.
Yeah, you heard Alex Serta use the word transition there in his halftime interview, and there you see what Brampton can do when you get to running, and Calgary took that possession off, and it cost them 2 points.
First road game outside the Eastern Conference for Brampton. Engaged in a good one, and that is a big sign of something positive from Calgary.
Yes, Damian Baugh, who desperately needs to see some shots dropped. So to step into a 3, first thing here in the third, good things abound.
Baugh averaging 6.8 points a game coming in, but his field goal percentage just 27. And he will be delighted to see one fall through as the whistle comes at the defensive end on the Calgary side. Well, that's the first personal on Keon Ambrose Hilton, so it's turned over. Calgary taking possession on the offensive foul. Baugh with the Valley Suns of the G League prior to coming to the CEBL. And we've got something good brewing now.
Oh, here he goes. He heard you now. That's stepping into 2 consecutive threes here for Damian Baugh. And like you said, the guy can feel it up. Hasn't worked for him here this season, but a couple of threes, and that can turn the tide a little bit.
He knows it's in there somewhere. Landers Nolly guarded by Baugh. Baugh trying to stay with the big man. Good contact there. It's a coming together, and it will be Calgary basketball. Tough defense leads to a chance to get to the offense.
Most certainly, and when you're dealing with a physical offensive player like Landers Nolly, all you got to do is back up a little bit, pull the chair, they like to call it. Landers is looking for that physicality. You pull a chair, he's going to be lost for words.
Corner 3, open look for Rugsy Miller-Moore, and he celebrates.
That's 3 straight threes. Come on, from Damian Baugh and Rugsy Miller-Moore. Look out, Calgary Surge. From deep, things are starting to get hot.
4 made threes in the first half, 3 early in the second half. Calgary averaging 7 made threes per game. They're at the number now as the Honey Badgers strike.
Yeah, and Cam Tyson's going to remind you now. Moves well without the basketball, and he's liable to put it up from 3, so can't lose sight of that here if you're the Surge.
Baugh puts it up under heat. Miller-Moore tried to tuck it away. It will be Honey Badger basketball. Calgary matching its biggest lead of the ball game here with the 5-point advantage. Nearing the 7-minute mark of Q3. Nolly to the perimeter, wires crossed. It was by Moncrief, and the Surge will take over.
Another great defensive job right there by the Surge. Is a miscommunication from the Honey Badgers. You're going to attribute that to that Surge defense that kept Nolly away for long enough.
Surge 2-0 against the Honey Badgers last season, 2-0 all-time in Calgary against this opponent. Ball looking to Johnson. Johnson looking back the other way. That pass well read, and Nolly will slow it down, waiting for reinforcements. Distributes. There's the drive. Doesn't go. Off of Ambrose Hilton, it appeared. But it's going to stick with Brampton. So Nolly will put it in from the baseline. Brampton 5-19 last year. They've already got more wins than last season.
Oh, man.
Oh, a big finish there from Ambrose Hilton.
And we saw a big dose of that last season in Edmonton from Keon Ambrose Hilton. Those baseline out of bounds. God loves to run baseline. And if you give him that lane, he's going to give you 2 to your face.
Fresh evidence of that. Rugsy Miller-Moore, an open Adonis Arms. Yes, sir.
Just a little ball movement. That's all it takes, man. Swing that pill around, let everyone get a touch, and eventually someone's going to get a wide open look. Look at Adonis Arms now.
Calgary 24.4% from 3 on the season coming in. Introducing a new element to their game in this one. Back and forth these teams go. Arms inside. Brown trying to find some room. He gets it to Miller-Moore. Miller-Moore fouled as he got to the 10. Again, the movement looking good. Miller-Moore coming up a little bit worse for wear after that, favoring his right ankle. Rugsy trying to walk it off. Came down with some discomfort and was able to make his way to the foul line. This Western Conference game, as is the case with all Western Conference games, presented by Cal Tire. Cal Tire Western Conference contest here. We call it that because it's hosted by a Western Conference team and because we like to talk about Cal Tire. It's a good combination. Rugsy gracing that Cal Tire stripe as he gets ready for the foul shot. And that one goes. Landers Nolly. 19.5 a game, 29 games in the French top flight this past season. Has played in the G League, Lebanon, Greece, and Venezuela. And they're coming together. Will send them to the stripe.
And this is what happens here when you're Landers Nolly and you're going to attract the defense. Everyone's looking at you, and if you get the quick first step like you see right there, blow by, and there's no rotation, not in time, you get to the hoop. Didn't get it to go, but now you get a couple free throws here. And again, if you're Calgary, that's why those rotations are so important.
Nolly misses the first one this time around. His first miss of the game. Trying to get right back on track. Misses them both. Very uncharacteristic of the Surge. Will take it. Arms head manning it quickly. Miller-Moore to the inside. Backs it off. 15 to shoot. They've got all kinds of time. To the perimeter for Baugh, to the inside for Arms, from the elbow to underneath, and that's good defending. They got up and turned out the lights. And Adonis Arms gets up slowly. Nolly, Baugh there, Baugh blocking the path. It'll stick with Brampton, no foul. 20 on the clock. Just about halfway through the third quarter.
Some very important minutes here from Keon Ambrose Hilton. As defensively, he's the rim protector. But again, he's going to run the floor and put pressure on the interior if you're Calgary. Got to run with him.
Tyson on the catch and release. That's what's made him such a big name around the league early this year.
That signature Cameron Tyson right there off of the baseline out of bounds. Calgary got to wake up and find him right away.
Here's some space and time. Patterson making it all the way for 3. That looked good from the moment it left his hands. Homo Jaffu into the starting lineup. To the glass. And back the other way, ball. Arms at his side. Arms slings it. Patterson. Miller-Moore looking for 3. Lands with Nolly. Nolly, 2-time All-ACC first team. Once at Memphis. Once at Cincinnati. To the perimeter here. We know what happens if time is permitted. He goes inside. Ambrose Hilton will score. Ruggsy Miller-Moore taking a tumble there and shaken up for the second time in the quarter, favoring his left thumb.
Yeah, caught a little body on that screen to Miller-Moore, and taking advantage was Ambrose Hilton, as once again another basket dive results in 2 points from him.
Patterson looked like a tough three. All of a sudden didn't look so tough.
Catch and shoot, and he's also got a step back in the bag as AP gives you 3. Getting to it now in the third quarter is Patterson.
Switches on Nolly. Miller-Moore trying to stay with him. Nolly takes the lane, and the whistle goes against the attacking player. It's going to be Surge basketball, and Ruggsy Miller-Moore for the third time in the quarter pays a price.
Yeah, just finds himself right there in the path of Landers Nolly, who he talked about his physicality. That time it worked against him, and it's going to be Surge basketball.
Break time in Calgary. The Surge with a lead against Brampton. You're watching on CBC Jam, YouTube, and CEBL+.
The CDIC was established by the Government of Canada to protect deposits in case of bank failure. Coverage is free and automatic when you bank with a member institution.
Whoa. Thank you. That's my job. So you were saying...
Protecting your deposits, that's what we do.
Well, the Surge happy to have the services of Adonis Arms once again. He's making his return to the lineup after being sidelined for 6 games. A kitchen accident in May saw Arms suffer fairly severe burns on his lower legs and ankles. He actually couldn't walk for 3 days. He says the incident gave him a new perspective on life. It wasn't even about basketball or being in game shape. He was thinking about things he never had to before, like difficulties getting downstairs and just taking care of himself. And the Surge could have easily just moved on from him, but Arms says he had full support from the players to the team brass. And GM Shane James said, "You're not going anywhere. We know how good you are as a player and a person." And Mitch, you're at the practices. You've seen just how much Adonis was still doing to keep his teammates engaged, even when he couldn't play himself.
Absolutely right, Cammie. This is a guy who is engaged. He's locked in on trying to help this team any way he can. And while he was out of the lineup, he was there giving good feedback to his teammates, trying to support the coach's message as well. And excited to be in the lineup on this occasion, making a difference the way he likes to make a difference the most. He has a different appreciation for the game after going through that tough situation.
Come on, and if you had been to a game and looked at that Calgary Surge sideline, and you see Olu get to it, you'd be like, who's that new coach of the Calgary Surge guy? That was Adonis Arms, giving his all when it comes to coaching, standing up, calling out plays from the baseline. And again, Mitch, when you have the trust of a front office, a guy like Shane James, who tells you you're not going anywhere after a mistake like that, it empowers you to the next level, and you're seeing it manifest here tonight with his play.
Good, solid return to action from Adonis Arms. Just over 15 minutes played. He's got 7 points in the game. The Surge in front in this one by 6, riding the 3-point shooting that they have been able to click on in this second half. And here we go again.
There goes the dunking, man. He was looking for a little dribble and release earlier on. Finally gets it. Marlon Johnson Jr. giving you a triple.
Surge had 4 made threes in the first half. They've got a dozen in the ball game. Whistle there, and the foul is called on Olumide Adeladun. Your seat is waiting for you when it comes to Calgary Surge basketball. You can catch every single game live from WinSport Event Center. Get your tickets at calgarysurge.ca/tickets or by scanning the QR code. Another whistle stopping the play as the Honey Badgers try to dig back into this thing.
Yeah, and I expect Cameron Tyson to get a lot of touches here for the rest of this one. Still not up to his regular scoring ways just yet. Team down as well, so The only way to kind of get yourself out of a funk is to get those shots up.
Odro underneath. Odro with the easy put away. And as we talked about before, Jermaine, hands tied a little bit for Alex Serta with Tyrese Hunter on 4 fouls.
Yeah, it's tough, and you got to find that scoring from somewhere. And hey, why not get Prince Odro in the game? And you got a great decision maker like Landers Nolly feeding Odro down low. It's an easy 2.
Quick pass to the corner. Patterson open, but just didn't have the feel that time. Too strong. Brampton into the front court. Tyson from his office. That's good.
Way too
and Dave
easy.
DeViro is not happy. He wants a break.
Wouldn't be either right there. You're letting Cam Tyson do exactly what he wants to, and that's as soon as he gets into the front court, get one dribble and get to that 45-degree angle. Can't get there that easily. He's got to have resistance a lot sooner.
You know, it's one of those things where a coach is trying to put his imprint on a team. He's had the 3 games where he didn't have a practice with the team. Monday night they did have the video session, chance to talk about bigger picture stuff. Get 4 players in, get a practice in yesterday, and get themselves into the game today. But then you get into those game situations, as we see former Surge staffer Mike Gerling on the Brampton sideline. And, you know, Dave DeViro right now I think is really presented with real life opportunities to reinforce what matters to him and what he wants to matter to this Surge team. Okay, you did all that work to get the lead, and then you fall asleep and let them back into it. That's not how we're going to play anymore.
Yeah, most certainly, and that's been the case here for the Surge getting into this one. But now we're going to see if they're made of something a little extra here with this new makeup of the Calgary Surge squad. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Great first half, great start to the second half, but now as you see, a couple shots from Cam Tyson has got Dave DeViro into his guys right now. So let's see how they bounce back after this timeout.
Tyson with 15 in the game now. Ruggsy Miller-Moore 15 as well. They're tied for the game high at this juncture. Surge lead trimmed to 4. Coming up on the 2-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Lead has changed hands 11 times. Calgary has led more in the game in terms of minutes, 13:55 to 9:44 for Brampton. Calgary outscoring in terms of bench points, 24-19 the Honey Badgers, and that's a sign of that roster change and added depth. Big factor for this Surge team if they're going to put some wins together. Patterson on the move. Nolly watching him. It comes loose, and the foul is called. The Honey Badgers like the defense. They don't like the call.
Yeah, that they don't. And I love the call here from Dave DeViro as he calls for an ISO for Patterson out of the timeout. Let him go to work, man. Put some pressure on Landers Nolly. Show him, let him show you that he can defend as well.
Chaney in his first game with the handle now. Gets it to Patterson. Chaney up top. Still has time. 7 to shoot it. He's got 2 on him. Gets it to Brown inside. Adeladoon and 1.
All game long, man. If you get that phantom screen from Javonte Brown, he's turning around and looking baseline. I know whether it's Miller-Moore or this time Adeladoon. Run that baseline. Javonte is looking to facilitate. You're getting an easy 2 every single time.
And so Adeladoon will go to the line, looking to make it a 3-point trip. There's exactly what you're talking about, my friend.
Yeah, that's right. Just keep running. Keep running right there. And you see when Javonte Brown gets that ball at the elbow, more times than not, he's looking to pass. He's looking to facilitate. Move without that basketball. Get you an easy 2 on the run.
And then add 1 on. Make the most of it. Badgers in the penalty. Final 2 minutes of the quarter on the go. Surge by 7. Important final stretch of action here in the 3rd quarter, setting the tone for Q4. Nolly chewing up the clock, sizing things up, drives, can't score it. Surge have the rebound, they're on the move. Miller-Moore, and he scores.
Great defense on one end against Nolly and get to running the other way, man. That's great D into easy O. Simple basketball right there.
Pass to the inside was bobbled. Odro did well to get it back, fighting to get to the window, and he is fouled. That's Prince doing what he does.
Yeah, that's a tough assignment right there for Patterson and Adeladoon. You already know Prince Odro, man, is one of those dudes who takes up space. You see it right there, and that could be the way back into this one if you're Brampton. You got Odro out there who's the load man. Get him some looks in there for that restricted area. Not a whole lot of guys in red can do something about that and see if you can exploit it.
Prince has not fared well at the free throw line. That's the downside of the situation. That one not finding the bottom.
I got to tell you, one of the most interesting, I'll say, releases in all of the CEBL. Take a look at this hitch in this shot right here. Uh-oh.
And that one worked.
Yeah, it works for him.
Say what you want.
Yep.
1 out of 2. He'll take it.
Yeah, every time.
Cheney. Miller Moore. Back for Armani Cheney out of Chicago, Illinois. Little bobble there. Gets it to Patterson. 6 to shoot it. Patterson trying to lean into one. And he finds a way.
That is great D right there from Nolly, but better job by Patterson putting that head down and getting to the right hand.
Lead is 10. 2 for 1 perhaps for Brampton if they can get something here. And Javonte Brown says not this time. They stay with it, and a good finish there. Boy, determined play by both teams. 11-second difference. Shot clock, game clock. Up top, Adeladoon there.
Just hang around the rim if you're Olu, man. We already talked about how Coach Dave DeViro challenged Olu to stretch that game out a little bit, get into the interior, crash the glass, and again, eat off of misses.
10-point lead. Honey Badgers looking to cut that down. Patterson looking to put a stick in the spokes. Honey Badgers fans, Canada's Pro Basketball League is back. You can experience it live from the CAA Center. Scan the QR code or visit honeybadgers.ca/tickets today. So 11 to go, 11.8 to go in the quarter, 11 seconds on the shot clock. Alex Serta with instructions, cross court, picked up by Nolly. As they go back to work, Arms watching Nolly carefully, guides him into Miller Moore, steps up, contests, but Nolly finds a way. Surge looking for something at the buzzer, and the prayer is not answered, but they have an 8-point advantage through 3 quarters, and that's a big step in the right direction for the Calgary Surge, looking for win 1 on the season, trying to even up their season series with Brampton as well. This is Canada's Pro Basketball League, and it's live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
You don't just fuel your body, you fuel your drive. We're not here to preach hustle. We're here for the ones who show up. You know who you are. The moms who make mornings feel like magic. The runners lacing up before the scroll. The dreamers writing it down before it's real. And we're here for you. Real fruit, real fuel. Booster juice. Fuel for what's next.
Did you know that every CEBL game ends on a game-winning bucket? Yep, every single one. That's because we use something called target score ending, a thrilling twist that keeps fans locked in till the final shot. So what is the target score ending? Here's how it works. The first time the clock stops with 4 minutes or less left in the fourth quarter, the game clock is turned off. We enter target score time. We take the leading team's score, add 9 points, and that becomes the target score. Let's say it's 91 to 80. That means the first team to hit 100 wins. No ticking clock, no intentional fouls, just pure clutch basketball. It's fast, it's electric, and it guarantees that every game ends with a bang. Experience the target score ending this CEBL season.
And we're back to Calgary. Time now for the cruise of the game presented by Cal Tire.
Well, you talk about Javonte Brown leading the league in field goal percentage. How about we take a look at one of his here today? He is shooting 100% from the field, by the way, and it starts by the great defense. You're going to see the miss right here. And look at Marlon Johnson, full court into the hands of Javonte Brown, who gives you a little gather dribble and goes up strong. Cruising for a bruising here tonight is big 31, Javonte Brown.
And Calgary using that and more to have a lead in this one of 8 as we start the fourth quarter. Great to have you along. Mitch Peacock, Jermaine Cummings, Cammy Kipke with you. Surge 0-10 to start the year, trying to avoid setting a record they want no part of. Adeladoon, and that's good.
There's Olu. That's the Olu we know and love, boy. Move without the basketball, get to your spot, and knock down that open 3. Big time start to the fourth here for Adeladoon.
13 made threes in the game for Calgary. They're averaging 7 on the season. Wow. The foul is called. That's 3 on Cheney. 3 on Baugh as well. They're the leaders in that category for the Surge. 4 on Tyrese Hunter's had him a spectator for much of this game, but in possession now. On the move, working against Ruggsy Miller-Moore. Up with it. Falls short. They try to get a second chance here, but they step on the line. The Surge will get it back.
And defensive positioning is really all about effort. You're seeing second and third chance opportunities taken away from the Honey Badgers purely on the backs of defensive effort right now. Everybody on the floor, just like Marlon Johnson said at halftime, buying into the defensive identity of this team, and you're seeing what that equals. Easy twos going the other way.
14th turnover of the game for the Honey Badgers. Calgary with 7. Calgary plus 8 on points off of turnovers. Driving is Cheney. He got there before everybody else.
Yeah, and that's a timeout for Serta, most certainly. Why you got Armani Cheney putting the defense to sleep with a sweet dribble, waking them up with an easy left right there. That's the kind of energy you want to see if you're Dave DeViro out of that third quarter break.
Yeah, that's a real contrasting play. That's exactly what the Surge wanted to see, and it's not at all what Serta wanted to see. Cheney, how about jumping off a plane and coming in here and playing some big minutes and making a difference? You got to tip your cap to this guy. That's not an easy situation. He was here and producing for Winnipeg against this team on Sunday. Loses his opportunity in the Manitoba capital, jumps on a plane and just tries to make a difference. Very impressive so far.
Yeah, looking real good, man. And like I said, fitting into this offense real well. And I got to say, Mitch, he spent all that time preparing to defend this Calgary backcourt. Now you kind of come in here when you play with that backcourt, kind of knowing what the strengths are a little bit. And you're seeing that. He knows he's got time and space to work, and he's really making the most of it here tonight.
Surge with the advantage at this stage of 13. That is their biggest lead of the game. They outscored their opponents 34-27 in that third quarter to get some of that cushion. This is a team that has made major changes in preparation for this game. Had its first full practice under Dave DeViro yesterday. Looking to turn the ship in the right direction. No team has ever lost 11 consecutive games in a single season or to start a season in the CEBL. The Surge don't want any part of that. So we're back underway as we get this fourth quarter going. Hunter with the basketball, met early by Adonis Arms. Arms then angling over the ball handler, Omo Jaffo. Hunter over the top, taken by Nolly, works quickly to his left. The Deladoon trying to get in his way, off the glass, and scores.
That's what you got to do here. Is Landers Nolly gives you the too small celly right after. If you're Brampton, get that ball into the hands of Nolly and trust his decision making. He's done a great job of showing you he's got that here tonight.
Nolly 20 points in his last outing. Looking for more. From long distance, Cheney!
Talk to him.
To Calgary.
Talk to him, Armani, right there, man. If you don't come see him, he's going to extend the defense by giving you flamethrower from range. That's big time right there.
What a difference three-point shooting makes. I hear three's better than two.
I've heard the same.
Yeah, looks better tonight. Brampton hustles and cleans up. The lead is still a dozen. Miller-Moore into the paint. To the perimeter. Deladoon's got a little time. A little strong. And the whistle goes underneath.
Great job crashing the glass here from the Calgary guards in this second half. Whether it's a Deladoon, this time Miller-Moore. How about the 6'6" and under guys getting to it up front, making sure that those possessions don't die off one shot.
Well, we heard it from Marlon Johnson earlier tonight. He talked about what it would take to win. He says a little bit of want to, and we've seen that want to. Ruggsy Miller-Moore comes up short. That's the old Ruggsy. That's the free throws we have not seen this year.
That's one of those ones you look at the hand and be like, ooh, ooh, hand hurts a little bit.
Get that smile on the face and try that again. Not this time around for 00. And the Honey Badgers Again, into that front court, very methodical. That was aggressive, too direct. And they're going to call the blocking foul that time on Calgary, to the surprise of everybody in WinSport Arena.
That's a tough one. I got to say, from my vantage point, Olu seemed to have his feet square and shoulders square. We're going to take a look at it here and see if it was indeed to... Okay.
Little shuffle.
Okay, all right.
Shuffle.
That's why replay exists. That's why replay exists. Don't want to hear it, but I feel like
It's
that
also
was
why
the
we're
call.
commentators and not referees.
Most certainly. I would never want to be a referee.
From the mid-range into the hands of Arms, then Arms pushed out of play, and they'll get it and put it back in from the baseline. Surge went 9-3 at home last year. They're 0-4 to start this season. Looking for win one on the home court and win one overall. There's Nolly, guarded by Miller Moore. Nolly waiting for the moment to make his move, and the foul is called.
When is the last time you've seen a post up from 20 feet out? Landers Nolly taking it back here tonight. You love to see it. Clear out space and give him an isolation to work, and he did it right there. Pick up the foul on Miller Moore and give yourself 16 more seconds here to set it up one more time.
3 fouls on Calgary in the quarter. Tyson with a quick look from 3, and he will go to the line. That's how you come back in a ball game.
That is how you do it right there. Everyone looking at Nolly to once again get the ball, but if you're Cam Tyson, you use that attention to your benefit. Move without the basketball, knock down 3, and give him potentially one more as well.
Very impressive from Tyson. Doesn't seem to need the ball all the time, just knows what to do when it comes his way. Free throw doesn't work, so they'll settle for 3 on the trip. 87-78. Miller Moore and Cheney somewhat familiar with one another. They've both played in the Mexican League at the same time. Cheney tells me he remembers Ruggsy from those days. Cheney to the inside, Javonte Brown. That pass just a little shy. Nicely handled by Moncrief. Here's Tyson again. And that one does not find its way in. The Surge organized. On the move, Miller Moore into the contact. And the whistle goes. Ruggsy with the speed there, trying to make something happen.
Yeah, it's not going to show up on the stat sheet, as you're going to see Miller Moore here on the move, get hit with that block. But Olu Adeladun, the last trip down the floor for Brampton, cleared out Ambrose Hilton. Like, he's got low, used that leverage opportunity to clear him out. And I got to tell you right now, what I'm seeing from Olu Adeladun tonight, as far as intangibles go, is a huge step forward in the development of this young man's career.
Smart guy, willing worker. Good combination when you're trying to grow your game. Miller Moore, what's that one in? Surge have been averaging on the season 98.2 against. Honey Badgers at 78 for the moment. Earlier tonight, Montreal winning convincingly against Edmonton 95-76. The Surge will take that. Miller Moore will take the basketball. On the move against Tyson, puts the brakes on, and that didn't feel good.
No, that ankle rolled over.
Ruggsy's been shaken up a couple of times tonight, and he gives that one a test and says, I'm okay.
That's what you got to do when the ankle rolls. Keep moving, keep the blood moving right now. Stay with it. Handle the ice and what you got to do after the game, but keep that blood flow going right now, as the ankle definitely turned over on that tape.
Yeah, it's not going to feel good later, but at the moment, man with 17 points, the team's leading scorer, sticking around. And the fans getting behind their Surge on Star Wars night. Here comes Ambrose Hilton, who sensed an opening and made the most of it.
Yeah, an up front finisher with the best of them as Keon Ambrose Hilton decides to give you one collect dribble and get to the hoop. Great finish.
Here's Arms carrying it to the corner. One more pass. Cheney for 3. It's off. Falls to Surge hands at Arms from long range. Back iron and taken under control by Moncrief. Oh, good defending there, jumping in very quickly on the move. Adeladun, Arms with a tough effort, and he earns the foul. And good effort, good energy leads to good things.
Show me something, Olu Adeladun. Half-court defense with the best of them. Another steal in the front court, and now creates an opportunity for Adonis Arms. Again, Defense in the O is the best way to go.
So the surge to the free throw line. Arms with the first one. In his first game back after a real health scare. Suffering burns and a cooking incident. As Cammy talked about earlier, couldn't walk for several days after it. Looks just fine now. Surge by 11. Each team on 4 fouls. Minute and a half or thereabouts from eligibility for target score time. Cheney jumping in. And he says, let's just settle down for a moment, guys. 29-year-old slings it to the inside, picked off. Tyson back the other way. Moncrief on the move, and Cheney takes one for the team.
Well, it wouldn't be a Calgary Surge game if there wasn't a Chicago-born point guard taking a charge this time. How about Cheney standing in there against a load like Moncrief and developing a possession out of nowhere? Look at that, man. That is not easy to do. Armando Cheney is 5'10" in shoes.
And he's celebrating on his back on the floor.
Yeah, as you should. Great job. Gotta love it right now for Cheney.
Surge with the basketball. Millimore, Cheney, Brown, Adeladoon, and Arms. Into the hands of Millimore. Likes the look of the three, but it's off. And it will be out of play. Javonte Brown hoping for something there underneath. Even a rebound didn't come his way this time. Millimore on 19 points. Tyson on 20, leads all scorers. He's going to try and add to that total. Up for it, Cheney. First to that rebound. Adeladoon catch and shoot. Ambrose Hilton gets it back. Playing with more pace now, the Honey Badgers, but still working 5-on-5 in the front court. Not able to make it happen in transition. Nolly up. Nolly with a second chance. And boy, he had everybody going the wrong way.
Yeah, man, everyone is headed out to Tyrese Hunter for the release three, and Landers Nolly says, hey, y'all forgot something. The basketball. Uncontested layup underneath.
Nolly with 19. Arms, cross court, Adeladoon. Here's Cheney. 6 to shoot. Cheney steps back looking for 3. Brown wants the rebound, got a touch, but it's taken by Josh Omajafo. And he drives, can't get fully downhill, but does manage to score. It's a 7-point game. We're inside the final 4 minutes. Millimore taking his time, doesn't want to force anything. Communicating with his teammates. Ambrose Hilton trying to get in the way to the corner. Cheney. And the whistle goes. I think he stepped on the line.
Yeah, the negative step right there for Cheney. Hit that baseline, the sideline out of bounds. And just like that, we're going to talk it over a little bit.
And we have a 91-84 ball game inside the final 4 minutes. You know what that means. Target score time on the other side from Calgary. This is CEBL Basketball Live on CBC Jam, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
Let's bring it on. It's game time. It's showtime.
Next bucket wins. Target score time is the best time of a game. The energy, the drama,
That anything can happen. Oh my goodness! Can you believe this guy?
Big players step up in big time.
he is cooking.
Back to WinSport Event Center in Calgary. It is target score time, and the Calgary Surge, looking for their first win of the season in 11 tries, have a 91-84 advantage. The target is set at 100. And the key for the Surge right now, Jermaine, it seems to me, is to change absolutely nothing.
Exactly. I was just about to talk about that, Mitch. We've seen target times this season have turned into rock-pounding fest for the Calgary Surge. Everyone wants to slow down and take your time. Throw it out the window. Pretend it's the start of the game here. Keep running that high action. Get baseline cuts going as well. No need to turn it into a one-on-one fest here in target score time, boy. 5 of you got to this point. It's going to take 5 of you to get over the hump.
So here we go with a target set at 100. Surge have led this one for almost 23 minutes. And they're where they want to be now. Can they see it through? Soundly beaten by the Honey Badgers in the first meeting between the teams, 91-72. Nolly, Hunter, Tyson to the corner for Mojafo. And Ambrose Hilton on the floor for the Honey Badgers, who put the extra work in and get something for it. 5-point affair. Cheney, Patterson, Brown, Miller Moore, and a Deladoon for Calgary in target score time. Cheney to the corner. Miller Moore looking for 3. And Deladoon boxed out, can't get to the rebound. Here's Nolly, who's been good from the get-go. Working against Brown. Brown with the hands on him, slows him up.
And if you're Brampton, this is exactly what you want here in target score time. With the clock off, get that ball going. And there's Nolly. You already know he's going to be able to work his way into that mid-range, but trust that decision-making. Again, and if you're Calgary, you've got to be prepared for that penetration.
Pause in the action gives us a chance to look at some of the numbers. Turnovers have been a factor. Calgary had 7 fewer turnovers than Brampton, and they're plus 10 on points off of turnovers. The bench has been very impressive for Calgary too. 41 points off the bench, 20 on the Brampton side.
Oh yeah, you love those bench points here. A place where Calgary has struggled so far in the season, but now you're seeing when you can spread out that scoring load amongst everybody, both on the floor and on the bench, it makes things a little bit easier when it comes to scoring the basketball.
Meanwhile, good work at the free throw line. Trims this to a 3-point contest, and all of a sudden, a little nail biting going on here at WinSport Event Center. Cheney guarded by Tyson. Cheney, Miller Moore, back for Tyson, or back for Cheney. Here's Miller Moore, 5 to shoot it. Ruggsy on the move, lost control. Back the other way, Nolly stopped up. Ambrose Hilton, where he makes things happen. And the foul is called on Patterson, who can't believe it.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there if you're Patterson. But at the end of the day, you got to be happy that you were at least able to keep the ball from getting put up there from Keon Ambrose Hilton here. You're going to have to earn it the hard way from the line.
Only seeing Matthew Kumba for 7.5 minutes tonight in his return to the Calgary Surge in the CEBL. Let's hope there's no health concerns. Ambrose Hilton strikes on the first one. Calgary up 7 to start target score time. Have not scored in these magic moments. And Ambrose Hilton brings it to a 1-point game. Cheney to his right. Gets moving, gets the ball in the hands of Miller Moore. Miller Moore isolated a little. Miller Moore gets it stuck and then unstuck. Brampton works the other way. Johnson's had enough. Puts it to a halt. Heads to the attack. Earns the foul. And he's going to shoot 2.
That's major right there from Marlon Johnson. You saw his half-court defense in the first half really show itself. There he is again, setting up a wall at that timeline and creating a turnover. And now he's got a chance for a couple easy ones here.
Marlon Johnson creating offense from the defense. That's that veteran experience, recognizing the situation. This is a guy who's won championships in the CEBL. Johnson with double figures in his return to the league, and that one finds its way through.
Take it however they come here for Marlon Johnson.
Target an even 100. First points for the Surge in target score time. Much needed. And hard earned. Met early. Nolly by Miller-Moore. Tyson. Matching the team mark for threes with his strong performance tonight to the corner, an open three. And we are all square. First team to get 7 or more takes this one home. Cheney looking for three.
That's good. Plenty of space right there. Plenty of space for Landers Nolly. And taking advantage is Armani Cheney. That is major onions in your grill.
And Alex Serta says, let's take a moment here to get back on the right track. 4 points away from the win for the Calgary Surge. Well, the Brampton Honey Badgers will continue on the road. They'll be in Vancouver on Saturday. That's a 6 o'clock Pacific time start, 9 Eastern. Second meeting of the campaign between the teams. The Bandits won the first by 6. It's the third game of a CEBL Saturday triple-header. Speaking of Saturday, Calgary Surge taking on Montreal on Saturday. 5 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 Eastern. Surge playing this one in Lethbridge. Game from visitlethbridge.com arena. First meeting of the season between the two sides. Montreal a winner in Edmonton tonight. It's good news. An Edmonton loss is for a Calgary team, but Calgary's got to take care of its own business and win a basketball game here. And the Brampton Honey Badgers don't look like they're about to hand it to them.
No, definitely not. Not when you got a guy like Landers Nolly head-manning your offense right now. Coming out of this timeout, understand that Nolly more than likely is going to get a good look here. A little bit of movement from Ambrose Hilton underneath. You've seen it all game long, what Brampton leans on when they need a basket. It's the sure hands of Landers Nolly, the cutting of Ambrose Hilton, and of course that off-ball movement of Cameron Tyson.
Nolly's got 27 points. He's also got 7 assists. He has been very impressive in this game. Has been a big addition to a Brampton team trying to keep things going in the right direction, having lost the last 2 and playing without Sean East. So back underway. Surge 4 from victory. Honey Badgers 7 from taking it. And here is the aforementioned Nolly, guarded by Arms. Now they switch off. Tough shot for Tyson. Oh, the foul is called. Arms up in Arms.
Yeah, tough one right there. He's saying kicking motion. Nonetheless, you got to give him space to land. He kind of got in his telephone booth when he landed, and that's going to give a guy like Cameron Tyson an opportunity to sell it a little bit. And that's all it takes, and now up to the line for 3.
So Tyson trying to make it count, stepping up to the free throw line. Just his second attempt of the night, now 1 of 2 on the evening. And the second one goes. And don't look now, but a chance to tie the game. Three for 3 from Tyson. Knows just what to do with the basketball in his hands. Here's Cheney, who's been impactful in his Calgary debut. Surge want to maintain the upper hand here. 3 ball, yes sir!
Major once again, it's Armani Cheney welcoming you to the AC show. What a finish here. Gotta lock it up on this end as well.
16 triples for Calgary in the contest, far and away a season high. Nolly powering in, doesn't go, taken by Johnson. Chance to wrap it up here. Cheney inside, Brown's got it. Javante Brown, and he's fouled.
Unbelievable court vision from Cheney. Once again, when Javante Brown gets into that restricted area, gets those hands up, it's an easy target, impossible to miss. Great job getting it inside, and Javante now with a major opportunity on his plate.
And Alex Serta wants to give him some time to think about it. 99-96 Calgary Surge with a chance to put the slide to an end. 0-4 at home, 0-6 on the road. And an opportunity now after a night of good work.
And that
teams are gathered at the respective bench areas, sorting through the scenarios for the Calgary Surge. Very easy. Javante, make a free throw, my friend.
That's it. That's the game plan. That's all we got drawn up. You got 2 chances to knock down one here, and lucky for the Surge, you got Javante Brown, who is more than a capable free throw shooter here with the game in his fingertips.
Only been to the line for 2 in this game. Made 1 of 2, and that would do it.
I like it. I like it.
99-96, the Surge 2-0 in this building all time against the Honey Badgers, trying to get to 3-0. Honey Badgers started 7-1 in jeopardy of losing 3 in a row. This is a well-played basketball game tonight, though. Tyrese Hunter in foul trouble early, made things difficult for Alex Serta. Landers Nolly and the three-point shooting of Cameron Tyson, big reasons why they hung around. Keon Ambrose Hilton surging into the game. But here we are, all down to this. Cheney saying, quiet, folks. Javante Brown for 100 and the win. He'll get a second chance. It's like trying to sink a putt at the Masters.
It sure is. A little bit of drama indeed here for Javante.
A little gamesmanship there as well from Cameron Tyson pointing at the stripe. Javante Brown, and it would not go. Still alive. Badgers 4 away from the finish line. So up steps the crowd, up steps the chance of defense. And the Surge trying to shut the door. That was poked away by Cheney. 8 seconds to shoot it very quickly. Nolly on the run, working against Arms. Arms with the block, and now swatted away. Now a chance to close it out. Cheney from the perimeter. Cheney! And the rebound is taken by Tyson. Surge trying to get the defense into position. Cheney blocks the path. Hunter fakes the shot. Tyson, of all people, for 3.
There you go. It's exactly what you want there if you're Alex Serta. A broken play into the hands of Cameron Tyson, who is not going to miss uncontested. Major, major possession right there for the Honey Badgers.
Talk about Mr. Reliable and under pressure, too. Couple of missed free throws, and here we are, 99-99 with a target set at 100. And this is why people talk about the Canadian Elite Basketball League and target score time.
Yeah, this is why our league is the greatest on the planet. It's moments like this, 100 points to win it. Both squads at 99, going back and forth. But hey, take a look at Cameron Tyson here. From the logo, knocking that thing down after a broken play all game long. The guy's been so consistent from range, and none bigger than that shot right there.
Cameron Tyson, 7 made threes, 26 points in the game. He's the Brampton record holder for triples, and the number's only going to grow. He is something special, and he's given them an opportunity to win a ball game they might have thought had gotten away from them at times. The Surge had a lead as big as 14 at 87-73, and here we are tied at with each team a point from victory. So the Surge with the ball. And let's face it, the advantage. The ball is in their hands. Each team on 5 fouls. You know what that means. Arms hands off to Cheney. Patterson, Johnson, also out for Calgary, along with Brown. Cheney driving. Cheney gives to Brown. Back for Cheney. Steps up, takes the shot. And it's good! It's good! It's good! The Calgary Surge have their first win of the season. It's win 1, wrapped up by number 1.
Armani Chaney is that guy, the faith to go into the hands of Javonte Brown, who set that screen at the end, by the way. And Armani Chaney, what a fourth quarter and target score time. My man, welcome to the city.
His fourth triple of the night, 16 points in the ball game. Armani Chaney also had 5 assists. This is a guy playing under unique conditions, let go by one team, changing cities, getting one practice, and that practice apparently just enough for him because he comes in and brings this one to a close. Welcome to Calgary, Armani Chaney. The Surge with 4 changes to their lineup tonight, a couple of changes to the starting lineup. They did a lot of the things that they wanted to do, but they almost saw it slip away because Brampton was going to make them work for it. And Chaney finally wraps this one up. And the Calgary Surge do not have a 0 in the win column any longer. They have their first win of the season. And they've got something to feel good about heading to a big game against Montreal in Lethbridge on Saturday night. Dave DeViro said this morning after the shoot-around, he talks about the things a team needs to do to win more than he talks about winning, because he hopes the winning comes from doing the right things. And the Surge did enough right things on this night to improve their mark to 1 and a 10. Cami Kepke getting ready to provide our post-game interview. Post-game interview is brought to you by Booster Juice. And Cami waiting for a special guest to step alongside for a conversation. Everybody what the Surge would love to talk tonight, but she's got Olu Adelodu with her now.
Well, Olu, the first win of the season. How does it feel not just to get the first win in the books, but to do it against one of the top teams in the CEBL?
It feels amazing. Like each game we were telling each other, stay together, stay together, stay together, and we stuck and we got the victory we needed.
You have almost half a dozen guys making their debut with the Surge tonight. What did you make of their game, especially Armani Chaney hitting the game-winning shot?
You know, he came in, he knew what we wanted to get a win. He came in and he did that, and he performed in such an excellent way. I'm just mad happy that we got the win, man. Mad happy.
Matt, what was going on with the three-point shooting tonight? It looked like a whole different team out there.
You know, like I said, we stuck together. We stayed working, shooting in the gym, off days, on days. We just kept shooting, and today they went in.
How do you use this to build some momentum heading into the game against Montreal and Lethbridge?
I think just proving to ourselves that we can do it. I think we had a lot of close games, and now that we have the win, that we can just, how we got this, we can just continue to do that every game, and hopefully we can turn this around.
Thanks for this. Congrats, Olu.
Thank you.
Mitch and Jermaine have more for you after the break. You're watching CEBL basketball on CBC Gem, CBC Sports YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
Need a goalie? I'll hop in here. Let's have some fun.
Whether it's on the ice or on our app, always play for the fun of the game. Gamble responsibly with Play Alberta.
You know that trip I kept thinking about? I finally took it. It turned into open highways, lakeside stops, sunsets that seemed to last a little longer, less scrolling, more seeing. And at the end of each day, Sandman made it simple. Comfortable stays in the right places, so I could do more. Booking that stay? Best decision I made. Your summer, made in Canada. Book direct for the best rates.
At Cal Tire, we're here to drive the best value around with free rotations, price match, 0% financing, and free flat repairs. We take care of it all for the life of your tires. Chat with our team at caltire.com.
What keeps me going? Under the heat of the sun or in the heat of the moment. When climbing for even one more second seems like too much. Whether you're reaching for your goal or busy setting new ones, everyone hits their limit, but that limit has a reset. Scientifically formulated to hydrate faster in the moments that matter. Electrolyte. Instant hydration.
Back to Calgary, where the fans are heading home happy tonight. The Calgary Surge have their first victory of the season, 102-99 over the Brampton Honey Badgers. Just a single game on the league schedule tomorrow. It's Vancouver and Winnipeg. What a good one that is. 7 Central, 5 Pacific time. First meeting of the season between the two teams. Meeting of two former CEBL MVPs, potentially Teddy Allen, Mitch Creek going at it. And you can catch all the action on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus. Well, that's a good one coming up tomorrow. We got a good one tonight here in Calgary, and the Surge found a way to get their first win of the season. We didn't know what to expect coming in. The Surge with 4 changes to their roster, 2 changes to their starting lineup, but from the beginning, it just felt different, Jermaine.
It sure did, Mitch, and it started in that first quarter with a few defensive plays that turned into easy O. It seems like all season so far, Calgary has struggled to get to that running culture that they've had for so many years, for the 3 years here leading up into this one. But tonight was a small glimpse into what you're able to do when you share the basketball, get wide open looks, and convert on both ends. Like Marlon Johnson said at halftime, buying in is everything, and that's what you saw.
Surge had 23 assists on 35 field goals in the game. Armani Chaney came in and was a difference maker. He scored the winner to close the game out. He had 16 points. A team that does not shoot the 3 well at all, suddenly with the roster changes and a little structure in their game, produced 17 made 3s in this game, and they've got some really good things to build on, I would think, leading into the game against Montreal Saturday in Lethbridge.
Yeah, most certainly. Now that the 3-point shot is a part of your offense, teams now have to start thinking about that, and it should start opening things up for you on the move.
When the game came to an end, we saw the team react to Chaney. We saw the young team get together with the veterans at the middle of the floor here in Calgary. And you could just feel not only an energy, but a togetherness that maybe wasn't there through the first 10 games of the season. Let's be honest, it's only one game. They've only had one practice. Things don't always change overnight, but for a one snapshot of where things might be going, there's reason for hope as they look ahead.
Yeah, these are the kind of wins that build character, especially when you haven't had one in the season yet. Late in games when you had the ball on your fingertips and a chance to win it, gone for naught. How about Armani Chaney once again giving the ball to Javonte Brown, who set that game-winning screen. Don't let that go unheard. He set that game-winning screen to free up Chaney, and once again, you're in the winning column finally for the first time this season. But more importantly, Mitch, you did it playing the right way.
5 players in double figures and collecting that opening win of the season for the Calgary Surge, who are now at 1-10 and will play Montreal in Lethbridge on Saturday night. For our entire crew, Mitch Peacock saying thanks for joining us, and so long till next time from Calgary. You've been watching on CEBL Plus, YouTube, and CBC Gem.